I used to think laziness was my biggest enemy, that if only I could force myself to be more disciplined, I would finally get everything done. More books read, more workouts finished, more habits built. But no matter how many times I tried harder, I always fell back into the same patterns: scrolling, snacking, procrastinating. And you know what really broke me? It was not that I was failing. It was that I knew exactly what I should be doing, and I still was not doing it. Until I learned something weird. Laziness was not my problem. It was my solution. That is when I discovered a rule so simple it sounded like a joke. The 20-second rule. And it changed everything. Here is the truth most people never hear. You are not lazy because you are weak. You are lazy because your brain is efficient. See, from an evolutionary perspective, the brain was designed to save energy. Why? Because hundreds of thousands of years ago, energy was scarce. Food was rare. Shelter was not guaranteed, so your brain learned to prefer the easiest, safest path always. And that programming? It did not disappear just because we invented Netflix and delivery apps. It is still there, running in the background. That is why opening TikTok feels effortless, and opening your planner feels like climbing a mountain. But here is the trick. We can use that laziness, that energy-saving instinct to build better habits. We just need to reshape the path of least resistance. And that is exactly what the 20-second rule does. The 20-second rule comes from psychologist Sean Achor, who wrote The Happiness Advantage. He realized something powerful. If a behavior takes more than 20 seconds to start, I am probably not going to do it. And the opposite? If something takes less than 20 seconds, chances are you will do it even if it is bad for you. That is why grabbing your phone and opening Instagram is so easy, and why dragging yourself out of bed to work out is so hard. So the rule is simple. Make bad habits 20 seconds harder. Make good habits 20 seconds easier. It sounds too basic to work. But once you apply it, your environment starts doing the hard work for you. Let me show you how ridiculously simple this was. I used to keep junk food in my top kitchen drawer, right where I could see it. So every time I walked past, my brain would say, "Eat it." Not because I was hungry, just because it was easy. So I tried the 20-second rule. I moved the snacks to a cabinet on a high shelf behind pots and pans. Just reaching them would take more than 20 seconds. You know what happened? I stopped eating them, not because I suddenly had willpower, but because the friction was just enough to break the automatic loop. I did the same with Instagram. I deleted the app, and every time I wanted to check it, I had to go to the browser, type the address, and log in. Again, only 20 seconds of extra effort, but it was enough to make my brain go, "Man, never mind." On the flip side, I made reading easier. I left a book on my pillow every morning. So at night, my default was lie down, see the book, pick it up. It was right there, zero resistance. And I started reading 10 times more without setting a goal, without forcing anything. That is when I realized laziness was not the enemy. Friction was. Let us get nerdy for a second. In psychology, there is something called activation energy. The effort required to start a task, just like lighting a match takes a spark, starting a habit takes energy. But the more friction there is, the more activation energy we need. And if that friction is too high, we delay, we avoid, we never even start. Researchers like BJ Fogg and James Clear talk about this in habit formation. Environment matters more than motivation. If your phone is within reach, you will scroll. If your gym bag is packed and by the door, you are more likely to work out. If your workspace is messy and full of distractions, you will not study. This is not about willpower, it is about design. And that is why the 20-second rule works so well. Because it changes your environment, not your personality. You do not have to become a new person. You just have to move things around. Here are some real ways I have used this and how you can too. For junk food and healthy eating, Make unhealthy food harder to reach. Put chips in the garage or on the top shelf, or give them away entirely. Make healthy food easier. Cut fruits in advance. Leave them visible in the front of the fridge for mindless scrolling and mindful use. Delete social media apps from your phone. Log out of platforms every time. Use blockers like Freedom or Cold Turkey. Put your phone in another room while you work. For watching Netflix versus reading more. Sign out of Netflix after each session. Hide the remote somewhere inconvenient. Keep a book on your bed or on your desk. Bonus tip, put a sticky note in the book where you left off, so you know exactly where to start for sleeping late versus going to bed earlier. Set a phone alarm to remind you to start your night routine. Leave your charger in another room so you cannot scroll in bed. Make your bed feel inviting with soft light, no screens, and quiet music. For skipping workouts versus moving more. Sleep in your workout clothes. Keep your shoes by the door, ready to go. Make workouts short, 10 to 15 minutes, and easy to begin. For never studying versus studying more. Open your notes before leaving your desk at the end of each session. Leave a sticky note on your laptop with a question you're excited to answer next time. Put headphones and study playlist ready the night before. Here is where people mess up. First mistake is trying to change everything at once. Pick one habit, not 5. Too much change equals too much friction. Second mistake is only removing bad habits, not replacing them. Do not just delete Instagram. Replace it with something rewarding like journaling, walking, or music. Third mistake is forgetting to measure effort. Is it really more than 20 seconds harder? Use a timer. Make sure the obstacle is just annoying enough to break the autopilot. Fourth mistake is thinking the 20-second rule is a magic bullet. It is powerful, but it is still a tool. You will still need consistency, but it makes consistency 10 times easier. Discipline is not about being a robot. It is about designing your life so that good habits are easier than bad ones. You are not lazy. Your brain is smart. It is trying to save energy. So help it out. Let your laziness build your habits, not destroy them. When you align your environment with your goals, progress becomes automatic. Every time you do not check your phone, every time you do grab that book instead, you are rewriting your defaults. Let us make this real. Step 1, pick one bad habit. Something you do often and wish you did not. Step 2, add a 20-second delay. Move it, hide it, delete it, log out, unplug. Whatever creates resistance. Step 3, pick one good habit. Something you want to do more, but do not. Step 4, make it 20 seconds easier. Put it in your path. Make it obvious. Prep it in advance. This simple rule flipped my whole routine. And I barely noticed the effort. I stopped fighting myself. I stopped needing motivation. Because once you make the right thing, the easy thing, everything changes. So here is the takeaway. You do not need more discipline. You need less friction. Do not try to fight your brain. Work with it. Use your laziness. Make bad habits harder. Make good habits easier. That is it. And 20 seconds is all it takes.